for my screen to pop up. Alright, for this past days, we've been looking basically the same thing, right? Two parallel lines with a transversal. But just for us to see what we've been looking at, we've been looking at just the two lines and a transversal. But today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add lines, rays, or segments just that are there to be there, not doing anything. Just extra stuff, just to see if you guys can ignore the extra stuff and then look at what you guys need. So for looking at question number 1, let me go back to number 1. Looking at question number 1, angle Y, it's made by, well, let me use the blue. It's made by this line and this line. And that's what makes angle Y. Angle X is made by this and this. So you guys can see which are my two parallel lines and the transversal that I'm going to be looking at. The other line on the very top and then the ray that is diagonal, I'm going to ignore those because they have nothing to do with my angle X and Y. So now that I have angle X and Y, what type of example is this? Corresponding. So we're going to call this corresponding. So once again, my goal is for us to be able to ignore whatever we don't need. Right? There's extra stuff that we don't need. So take a look at question number, let's see, number 4. The lines that I need, I look at angle Y, and it's made by this one and this other one. That's what makes my angle Y. My angle X, I will include this one. That's what makes my angle X. What type of angles are X and Y? Alternate exterior. Nice. And then we do have our test this Friday. From all the quizzes and tests, this is the only one, the one from this Friday, the one you guys did not retake. And the reason why, because it'll take it this Friday, and this is the last day of the quarter. So whatever you got, whatever you got. The test obviously expected something like what we're looking at. Probably I'll do simple graphs. I'm not going to include this extra stuff. I'll do simple graphs. So I think the test is not that hard, but it's good because we can already take out. All right. Any questions on the first 10? No? Looking at question number 11. Solve for X. Once again, let me highlight what I need. For X plus 81, I'm going to need this two lines. For 70, I'm going to include this other one. I can tell that the angles that we have are corresponding. So because they're corresponding, I'm going to let them equal each other. So X plus 81 equals 70. What's X? What is it? Negative 11. Nice. So the plus 81, you brought us a negative 81. 70 minus 81 is negative 11. So X equals negative 11. X can be negative, so we're good. Right? X's can be negative. So once again, we're doing the same idea of corresponding alternate exterior, and same side interior. Remember from the four rules that we have, same side interior is the only one that is not equal to each other. Add everything and equals to 180. Same side interior. That's the only one that's different. Alright, any questions up until number 20? Alright, take a look at number 21. My 9x plus 5 is this angle at the bottom. It just didn't fit at the very bottom. And x minus 5 is this other one right here. So the lines that I need are these two lines with this transversal. So I noticed that the two angles that I need are alternate interior. So I'm going to let them equal each other. And I'm just going to say 11x minus 5 is equal to 9x plus 5. My 9x, let me bring it as a negative 9x. My negative 5, let me bring this as a plus 5. So I have that 2x equals 10. X must be 5. But remember, we're not asked for x. It says find the measure of the angle indicated in bold. The one that is dark this time is 9x plus 5. So if x equals 5, how much is 9x plus 5? 9. Thank you. If you're having a hard time, like I mentioned yesterday, if you're having a hard time finding out which one is bold, because you cannot really see it, compare your x's. Remember, the one that is not bold is going to be a skinny x. It's going to be a little skinny x. The other one's going to be a little bit chunky. Look for the chunky one. That's the bold. So compare your x's. That way you can tell which one is. All right. Any questions? Let's take a look at number 10. Let's identify it. So it seems like the lines that I need for angle y are these lines. For angle x, I'm going to include this other line. What type of angles are those? Same side interior. And if I was solving for x, if it was 11 through 30, if I was solving for x, I would add those two angles equal 20. Oh, 12. Okay, let's take a look at 12. For 125, we're talking about this angle, and x plus 130, we're talking about that angle. That's an alternate interior. So I'm going to say x plus 130 equals 125. What's x? So x plus 130 equals 125. What's x? Negative 5. But in slow motion, we subtract 130 from each side, so negative 5. Okay. Are we good? Let me take rolls really quick.